Am I live? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Can you see me? Type in chat. I can read chat. I'm good. I'm good to go. Let me know if you can see me and if you can hear me well. Yay, I think it's working. I see Katya, I see Sophia, I see Ariana, I see, thank you, Ryan. Hey guys. Just to let you guys know, we're gonna hang out for a little bit. We're gonna start in a little bit because obviously people are back at school now, so we have to give people who decided to go in person a little bit of a chance to get home. But I thought I would start and make sure everything was working and we can hang out for a little bit. I can see chat, but once I start presenting, like doing my actual presentation, I won't be able to see chat. I'm gonna have it up on my phone, so hopefully I'll be able to see it there. But how's my sound quality? Should I plug in my mic? Does it sound good? Everyone says perfect. Awesome. You guys are so great. How was everyone's day? Did everyone have a good day today? A-okay, I'm glad to hear it, Ryan. I don't know what that emoji is, Ian. Sam says it sounds good, so does Katya. I know there's a little bit of a delay on the chat. When I tested it out, it was about 20 seconds. So if I'm like responding late to you, I apologize. It's YouTube, but I'm glad this is working because then we can have future streams and everything. It's so excited. Thank you, Ian. Katya was a little sleepy. It's okay. Ariana is feeling extra joyful today. I was so excited to do this. I was talking about it. I'm very excited to do this presentation because I think that all of you guys can make amazing products with just a little bit of help, which I think this workshop will help out with that. Ian, yeah, chat is delayed, Ryan, which is what I already said, but obviously, yeah, it's funny. Also, just wanted to mention, if you have any other friends who are Florida Thespians, they can be from any troupe at all. If they are looking to participate in regionals and they think they might need a little bit of help with everything going on this year, you can tell them to log on right about now. This stream is available to everyone. Anyone in the entire world can watch this right now. Kind of scary, but it's to help you guys. So if you guys have friends at any other troupe, let them know because we'll be streaming for about the next 45 minutes to an hour giving this presentation, and I'll be taking questions and everything. So yeah, so everyone was really tired today, it seems. I think it's because it's still Tuesday. We're still at the beginning of the week. It's fine. Hi, Jacob! Guys, Jacob's my son. Not my actual son, my theater son. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm actually really excited a lot of you guys are coming to view it live. I think it's going to make things a lot more fun. So yeah. I was going to play music, but oh, Maddie asked, will we be able to watch this again later if we forget things? Yes, I'm either going to re-record this, a shortened version of this, because obviously this has this intro area at the beginning, and everything like that. So I might record a shortened one, or I'll just post this entire stream. And as always, I think we're going to be posting this PowerPoint to our Google Classroom anyway. So yeah. Also, just a reminder for everyone sitting here, Thespian applications are due today. I've gotten a bunch of them. I'm actually like the owner of the Park Vista Thespian email account, so I see all that coming in. So thank you everyone who sent me an email so far. Unless I've contacted you, it has come in and I can view the file and everything, so thank you guys for submitting. But we are still taking those applications until tonight. So what you have to do, all those requirements are on our Google Classroom, so please try to get those in because we're very excited to have you guys part of the troupe. So let's go back to chat. Everyone just hanging out with each other. How was Rosh Hashanah? Rosh Hashanah was very good. Shana Tova. I hope everyone had is having a very sweet New Year so far. If you're not familiar with Rosh Hashanah, it is the Jewish New Year, so it was a great Rosh Hashanah. Thank you for asking, Ian. Yes, Ryan, let's get some pogs in chat. Let's get some pogs in chat. I'm sorry, the chat is so delayed. I'm probably saying these things and it's already been like 30 seconds or so. Do we even have PogChamp on like YouTube? I don't know. You guys probably have your own emojis. But yeah. Has everyone been... Oh, Ariana says, so it isn't like I'm an official thespian yet then, right? You guys will know in the very near future if you're a new applicant whether or not you got into thespians. So yeah, just stay tuned. You'll hear very soon. Monka S. But yeah, has everyone been staying hydrated today? You guys are about to see like a very energetic Allie, very like smiley. I'm very excited, guys. Jacob, what are you saying? Okay, so what was that chat delay? Let's see. Okay, when you hear me say this, type the word water so I know how bad the delay is. So it's 3:07 now when I'm saying water. So let's see how bad. Okay, it's not that bad. It's like 15 to 20 seconds, which is actually a lot better than I thought. So I think we're gonna start in about 3 minutes, just once again giving those people who are at school some time to get home and everything. Yeah. Did everyone get my notification from Google Classroom and Remind? Because I did a scheduled post. Everyone's saying water. Oh my lord. Drip, yep. See, I have my water. I'm staying hydrated during my presentation. No getting parched today. Yeah, chat delay is not fun. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so everyone got my thing. Very exciting. I've been playing around with different tech stuff, trying to figure out the best way to contact everyone. And I guess it's working. It's working pretty well. So... yeah. Any questions before we begin? I think we're gonna start in about 2 minutes. Just out of curiosity, how many of you guys went back to school? Is everyone still virtual, or are there anyone in chat right now that that went back to school starting yesterday? Katya wants me to tell a story. Yeah, this recording will be posted probably either later today or within the week, but it'll definitely be posted before you guys have to like record your IEs so you guys can look back on it. Katya wants me to tell a story, but I don't have any stories to tell today. Yeah, everyone's still virtual. Me too, guys. Me too. For the time being. Yeah, this chat delay is gonna be terrible, but it's okay. It's fine. It's worth it. It's fine. Any Addams Family stories? I mean, Addams Family was just super fun. If you guys are tuning in, and you're like new to Park Vista, or you weren't here when we did Addams Family, we did Addams Family my sophomore year, so I'm a senior now. And that show was super fun. Great cast. It was really fun. I don't think I have any like really good, like good for stream Addams Family stories. We really just had a really fun time, and I think that cast is just like one big family, and it really put musical theater at Park Vista on the map, and I'm really, really nostalgic when I talk about it because I really love Addams Family. Jacob, I cannot do that. I'm sorry. That's against the code of conduct. Yeah, but seriously though, like I made some of my closest friends during Addams Family, and it was an absolutely amazing show. So actually, most of the cast is pretty much in chat right now. So yeah, I think everyone in that cast was absolutely sweet and amazing, and I still have my playbill up there, and I have my shirt in the closet and everything. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So I think Van Meter wanted me to start at 3:15. Does anyone know if there were other people planning on coming that are not ready to go? Yes, Nate and Kai did they got to be a part of the group number, but the funny thing was Nate doesn't like dancing, so he dropped out of it, but it was still really cool how they got nominated, and so did Jess. She got nominated for Best Stage Manager, so that was really cool. Everyone got nominated for that. It was awesome. Okay. Do you guys think I should just start? I can just start, so text your friends once again. We'll be here for about anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. It really depends on how many questions you guys have. But my presentation, not show, should cover everything. So yeah, do you guys think you're ready to go? Yes, Ian did have a terrible voice crack. I can talk about this. This was so funny because we made fun of him. There's a line in Addams Family where it goes right here in Central Park, and Ian was having a little bit of an issue with it, and he had a voice crack. It was very funny. He never lived it down, and we're 2 years later, and he still hasn't lived it down. It's okay, Ian, we love you. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna start in a second once I watch my stream catch up. When you hear me say the word pickle, someone type it in chat so I know that the stream has caught up to that point and I think we're ready to go. Pickle! Ryan, that is the wrong way to spell pickle, but I think we're going to begin. So, can everyone see my presentation? I think so. I think we're good to go. Guys, if I cut out at any point, once again, I have it on my phone, so just yell at me in chat and I will fix it, okay? So, I think we're ready to start. So, this is really exciting. So, welcome to Allie's amazing, ultra-important IE recording workshop presented by Vista Thespians. And in case you don't know who I am, I'm Allie, and I am publicist for Vista Thespians, and this is my second year as publicist, which is really exciting. I'm also a senior. I did musical theater through my freshman through junior year of high school, and I've been in thespians since sophomore year, and it's been an amazing experience. So if you're new to the troupe, welcome. You will have an amazing time. You will make some of your best friends. It is a great experience. So genuinely, welcome, and I hope you guys enjoy my presentation. I will say, please keep your questions until the end or just type them in chat. Like you guys already know, I have my chat right here, and I can see if you guys have questions, but I'm gonna try to not stop my presentation because most likely I already answered your questions. But if you feel like you're gonna forget them, just put them in chat. Why is everyone doing the buffering emoji? Am I buffering or are you guys just teasing me? I'm waiting. I can't tell if you guys are just teasing me or it's buffering. Can someone please tell me if I'm buffering or if you guys are messing with me? Oh my god. Oh, okay, you're playing. Thank you, Ryan. Sorry, guys. I want to make sure this is nice and smooth, and my Wi-Fi can be a little funky sometimes, so. Okay, so first, we're going to give you some important dates to note. So obviously, I don't have it on here, but if you're a new thespian member, today is the last day to submit your video application, and all those guidelines are on our Google Classroom. For Florida Thespian generally, for the Northeast region, our registration window for IEs is going to start tomorrow, September 23rd, and it will go on till October 23rd. And then for Vista Thespians specifically, we will ask you to send your IE once it's registered to Van Meter by October 23rd for critiques and notes from the man himself to try to improve your IE to make it the best it can be. Ooh, it rhymes. And For Florida Thespians, your event file upload for regionals, you have to upload it by November 2nd, excuse me. And our regional festival dates are going to be the 12th through the 14th of November. And for registration and upload, we will be going over that in a later thespian meeting or maybe another workshop. We just don't have enough information on it yet to properly inform you guys, so just stay tuned if you want to know how to do that. So, virtual regionals video rules. Now, I know a lot of you guys are waiting for this, and this will be focusing directly on the video aspect. I know we went over a few new IE rules briefly a few meetings ago, but this is specific to video rules, and this information comes directly from Florida Thespians, whether it be board emails or the website. So the website is a really good resource. If you have questions on anything, literally just Google Florida Thespians. It's even on our website under the FAQ page, there's a link. So I love checking chat every once in a while, so fun times. I think chat will also be replayed once we post this live stream, so just so you guys know. So let's just move on. Performance IEs, very popular type of IEs. All the time limits are still the same, so if you're already familiar with IEs, that means 5 minutes for all performance IEs from solos to group numbers, etc. But monologues still have that 3-minute timeline. Slating is needed. If you're not new to Thespians, you know what it is already, but we will be going over how to slate later in this presentation. Solo pieces, which means only you in the act, can only use one camera. They're going to need a head-to-toe view of the actor throughout the performance. There's no zooming in and out allowed, no cuts, and no effects. So keep that in mind when you're recording. We're going to talk about how to record later in the presentation. Performance events with more than one person, so that's duets, scenes, etc. If you're in person, you can only use one camera, and the same rules as solo pieces apply. If you're in separate locations, each performer must have their own camera, whether it be like a external camera or like a webcam like I'm using right now over Zoom, Google Meet, whatever. This can be edited, but very minor editing. We'll get into how to do that later. And it also follows similar guidelines to solo/in-person events. So like no zooming, no cuts, no effects. And if you need to be off stage, you just turn your camera off or edit yourself off screen. We'll talk about that later. Yeah, so Ryan, 5 minutes is the maximum time limit for all IEs. It has always been that. Or just for performance IEs, excuse me. We'll get into tech IEs in a second, but that has always been the case. It was the case last year when you competed. It's like, that's like the cutoff for like, you can get disqualified if you go over 5 minutes, but we'll talk more about those specifics in a later thespian meeting. We're just focusing on the video aspect right now. So, performance IEs to be continued. All musical acts can only layer voices in the editing process. Now, what does this mean? Let's say I do a duet with Ryan. So, if Ryan and I wanted to do a duet, the only audio editing we could do is he and I can like match up our voices. So, like put our voices on the same audio track. Audio track. Instrumental tracks can be played during the recording or added later. We'll get into that once again later. And just so you guys know, all other forms of audio editing are against regional rules. I'll say it again. All other forms of audio editing are against regional rules. You cannot change the pitch. You cannot change, yes, Ryan Stone, I am talking about you. You cannot change the pitch. You cannot change the speed, whatever. You cannot alter your audio in any way. They're being super strict about this year, so don't even try. The motto of the presentation is keep it simple, stupid. If it doesn't need to be like touched or altered, do not touch or alter it in the editing or filming process. So thumbs up on that one. And again, if you qualify for states, which is a superior rating at regionals, same thing if we had districts, if you got a superior rating there, you would go to states. The act can be refilmed if desired, but when we get closer to states, we'll talk about that. So, tech IEs will be, this is like a huge change, so if you're planning on doing a tech IE, you need to listen. It's a 10-minute presentation. There will be no Q&A this year. Don't forget to slate and introduce your piece. We'll go into slating later. Editing is encouraged. They want to see close-ups of your pieces. They want to see nice, cool shots of the cool things that you guys made. Voiceover tracks can be used if it helps to present your presentation. If you can still show your work and talk about what would have done in a I'm already tripping up my words. You should still show your work and talk about what would have been done in a workbook. So they're still expecting you to complete that workbook and everything. Just because we're virtual doesn't mean you don't have to do it. There's going to be more information on workbooks and how to apply what would have been in a workbook to a video setting on the Florida Thespian website. Student-directed scenes and choreography will be going by the same rules as the performance IEs. And if you qualify for states, it's the same thing as performance IEs. You guys can refilm if desired, but we'll touch on that once again when we get closer. And for a specific list of things that should be included in your tech presentation, please see the Florida Thespian website. And I highly recommend this. That's why it's in bold, to go ahead and do that, because it gives you literally like what you should talk about in your video. It's very helpful. And also, just a slight note, playwriting will be handled differently. I believe I read that there's no video aspect for the playwriting IE, that it's just submitted virtually, like just a file. So if you're interested in that, please talk to Mr. Van Meter. He'll give you more information on that, but I believe that's the key word, there is no video for that. Okay. So, COVID-specific regulations. I know a lot of you guys are here just for this information. So, my take on this, you need to be smart, okay? They directly say you need to follow health guidelines, and I'm saying do not do anything you are uncomfortable with. We at Vista Thespians are not saying you need to go film in person. I'm going to give you plenty of methods to do IEs in separate locations in terms of group numbers. So please, just be smart. Just do whatever you're comfortable with. Do not go do an IE with someone in person if you're not comfortable with it. We do not want you to do that, so please just be smart about it. If you choose to do the in-person IE as your own independent decision, not influenced by Troop 6765, and you want more space in between you and an IE partner, you still... Hold on, sorry, computer notification fun time. If you want more space between you and an IE partner, you should still use one camera, but make sure to state in your slate that for safety concerns, we will be performing with a greater distance between each actor. You also have to say that you're wearing a mask if you are, because judges can't penalize for masks this year. So if you feel safe for wearing one during the act, you should do so. We'll go more into that later. But you also have to say if you're wearing a mask, even though you'll see it, you still have to also say, like, we're also wearing masks. If you cannot shoot head to toe, you will not be penalized. But everyone look at me. If I see your IE is shot less than head to toe, you're not going to get a happy alley, because that's just a bad idea. They might not be like penalizing for it, but it just doesn't look good. By choosing to not shoot yourself from head to toe, you are limiting yourself. You are limiting your acting movements and choices and everything. And that's just not a great idea. So unless it is completely impossible for you not to shoot unless it's completely impossible for you to shoot head to toe, shoot head to toe. By shoot, I mean camera shot, not shoot. My ACE media teacher actually had to do that, state that. It was funny. Anyway, off topic, tangent moment. Anyway, so video requirements do not vary on any method of the methods we're going to go over. So complete your events however you choose. So those are the rules and regulations related to IE recordings directly from Florida Thespians. So does anyone have any questions on those? We'll stop here. We'll take a quick breather. Tell me if you have any questions. I'll give you guys a minute or two. Just let me know. Thank you, Ryan, for those buffering emojis. So is everyone clear on what the rules are? And once again, if you want to see it verbatim from Florida Thespians, it's on their website. So go to the website if you need stuff. And just let me know if I can go on. How's my day? My day's going so well. Why does everyone always ask? I feel like in our troupe, we always have to take a pause and ask the person presenting, how's their day going? Okay, so Ariana, You are allowed to do group IEs this year. However, you do not have to be in person or anything. So, we're going to go over methods in just a second on how you would go about, like doing that group IE when you are in separate locations, like how to be safe or whatever. So yes, group IEs are still a thing, but you do not have to be in person, and we're going to go over how to do that. Joey, don't worry about it. I promise. It's okay. This is a workshop for you guys. It's going to be pre-recorded. Do not fret. I promise you. I'm glad you made it. I hope you're doing well. Please take a sip of water, take a break, take a breather. I hope your day was okay. So the submission for the performance, i.e. be live, or could I do a duet scene and piece it together in an editor? Spencer, we're going to be talking about that in a second. But basically it can be in person or like pre-recorded or live. We're going to talk about the methods in a second, so that question will come later. IE stands for individual event. Thank you, Ian. Ian's on top of things. Okay, I think we're going to go on. I think everyone's good, but why don't we all just take a quick sip of water together? It wouldn't be an Allie presentation without a water break. Can we get a water in the chat? Okay. So, how to film. Allie's tips and tricks based on the rules provided. Ryan says, lowercase. Ryan, lowercase. Anyway, how to film Allie's tips and tricks based on the rules provided. So this is my opinion on how to best do things for virtual IEs this year. Thank you for saying water in the chat. Okay, so things that could be useful. A quick disclaimer. I'm saying could be useful because I'm not saying go out and buy these things. I'm saying if you happen to have them or happen to know someone who has it, go ahead and borrow it from them. It could be useful. Use your own discretion, but I'm not saying to go buy things. Everyone get that? Everyone get that? Yeah? I'm gonna assume so because chat delay is not fun. So, things that could be useful. Obviously, you're going to need a camera. This isn't could be useful, this is you need a camera. So, I believe most of us have a phone or know someone who owns a phone, and all phones have cameras on it. So you could use a phone to record your IE. Just make sure that the quality is good enough to see like your facial expressions, movements, whatever, and that your mic is good. We'll get into mics in a second. If you have a webcam, that could be useful too. This is my webcam. It's actually pretty nice quality for a built-in, but there's built-in, there's not built-in. That's a type of camera you can use it to record. Or if you own a physical camera, this is my good old point and shoot that I need to upgrade super bad. And I know some people have nice DSLRs, which are like, you know what a DSLR is if you have one. But you're going to need a camera. That's like the only must thing on this list. Next, a tripod or another method of propping up a camera. So if you don't know what a tripod is, I put a picture in there. It's right here. I believe it's right underneath my camera, so if I point, you can see that it's like right there. So that could be helpful with holding up your camera and making sure it doesn't move throughout your act. And if you don't have a tripod, you could literally prop up your phone camera on whatever, use books, etc. Just have a method of propping up so you don't have to use another person and risk like the camera being like a little wobbly, you know? So, next up, a microphone. This is kind of also a must, but hear me out. I'm not saying go get a fancy microphone like this, or like some people have like the streamer setup. I'm not saying go and get like a fancy microphone. All I'm saying is that the best thing to do is to make sure that whatever camera you're using has a good mic where you can hear yourself sing, act, do whatever with decent to great quality. So just make sure that you have a either built-in mic or a mic that will make you sound good. Got it? Okay. So next up, masks and face shields. This ties into the COVID regulations. If you want a microphone, use AirPods. Yeah, Ryan, actually, that's a really good point. AirPods, I'm not sure about microphone quality, but that will be useful if you're doing like a song or something. You can have your instrumental track in your ear and the camera won't hear it, and also have the mic right there. So AirPods could be useful in this scenario, so thank you. Apparently AirPods don't sound good. I don't have AirPods, but... But, I mean, if your AirPods sound good, you guys, I trust you guys to have a good opinion on what sounds good and what doesn't sound good. So just use your own discretion, trust yourself, and if you don't trust yourself, ask a friend. There's 50 other people in this troupe that will be able to give you an opinion on whether or not things sound good. So anyway, back into it. Mask/face shields. So, if you're planning on doing an in-person act with another person, obviously you might want to wear a mask. But unfortunately, masks sometimes have an issue with sound and maybe getting a little muffled or whatever. So my recommendation is, if you feel comfortable with it, a face shield might be useful. Now, those face shields are like the name for those like clear things that like kind of like attach to your head or whatever. You can still see your entire facial expression, and you get rid of like the spit factor from singing, and you can still hear a little bit better. They sell them at Five Below, which most of you guys probably know what Five Below is. It's, if you don't know, the closest one to Park Vista is on Lantana and Jog by like Panera, and like TJ Maxx and Home Goods is over there. But I can't look at chat, it's making me laugh. So if you want to try a face shield, they sell them there. I think they were like, I mean, the max amount of money that they would be is like $5. Okay, if you want to do a group act and you guys want to be in separate locations, you're going to need a video calling app. All of these that I have listed on there, they're all free. Zoom, Google Meet, Hangouts, Skype, Discord. The only ones that you need an account, well, I think you need an account for all of them, but they're all free. And we'll go into like video calling apps in a second. If you're planning on doing like in separate locations, you might need a screen recording software. We'll also get into that later. In general, you're probably going to need a video editing software just to do some basic things, especially if you're doing a tech IE. You're going to need room to move around. Like, that's an obvious one. Like, make sure you're filming in an area with enough space that you can both record yourself from head to toe and be able to do all the moves that you want to do. You're going to need good lighting. Like, don't film in, like, a dark room. Sorry, that's just like, why would you like film in like a super dark room? Just make sure that like you either have natural light or like light. Just make sure there's light there. If you want to be Ian and go, let there be light or whatever, go for it. Just make sure there's good lighting. Make sure you also have a quiet area, so like don't record when like both your parents are teaching and your brother's in class and they're all giving simultaneous presentations and it's getting super loud. I know that might just be a me thing, but just make sure that there's not a ton of noise in the background while you're recording. It'll take away from your voice, it'll take away from everything. And also, an extra set of eyes. So whether this is literally someone else in your family, a friend, a neighbor, what have you, make sure that you get an extra set of eyes to make sure that like your camera is framed correctly, because sometimes it's hard to run back and forth and make sure that like you're where you need to be in your frame. So, things that could be useful. Cool. Let's go on to, wait, what did I do next? Wait, let's see. I'm surprising myself with this PowerPoint. Yes, Sam and I, we have to deal with it. Okay, how to slate. I'm remembering my presentation. So, how to slate. If you're new to Thespians, this is very important, so please listen up. If you're not new to Thespians, you already know how to do this, but a refresher is always good. So, how to slate. You will start off every IE you do with a slate. It's Thespian's way of introducing yourself. You also have to do this for auditions if you're planning on becoming a professional actor, actress, whatever in the future. So this is just useful information. So what you're going to do is you're going to state your full name. Then you're going to state your IE type, which I'll give you guys an example in a second. Then number 3 varies depending on the type of IE. For performance IEs, you need to state the name of the song the source of the song or monologue or like scene, whatever. And in that include the writer or composer, depending on what you're doing. And then for tech IEs, you just need to state the show, which this year there are no tech titles, which I believe means you can do any stage show that has ever existed. And then what the author is of that show or composer, etc. Number 4 is stating asterisks. We'll go more in depth about asterisks and how to point them out in your piece, I guess is the correct word to say. It's basically if there's something that offends someone else in the piece, you're going to have to state that. And number 5 is new this year. You have to say that socially distancing line or that you're wearing masks if that is happening. But obviously if it's a solo piece, like don't do that. And then the last one, you always have to end off your piece with, and if it's a solo piece, I, or if it's a group, we proudly represent. This year, because we're doing a regionals, it has to be district. So District 10, Troop 676. And then when you say the number 5, this is super important. When you say the last digit in our troop number, your time starts. So that's why those time limits are important. So let me give you guys an example slate. So this year I'm planning on doing a solo musical. So we're going to start it out by saying, hi, my name is Allie Strackman. Today I will be performing for you a solo musical piece entitled Stars I Trust from the musical Fly By Night, composed by Will Connolly. This piece is asterisk for Frank Cause of Death. Nope. Frank Talk of Death, not Cause of Death. That would be bad. Frank Talk of Death. So if you feel you might be offended by this, please, I guess this year it's turn off the video. Please, stop watching now. And then if you're socially distancing, add that line, but obviously that's a solo piece, so I won't need to do it. And I proudly represent District 10, Troop 676, that I, position myself, 5. So does everyone get how to do that? The asterisks, if you're curious on what the different types of asterisks are, we're going to be going over that later on, because there's a whole list of things, including pretty much anything that might offend someone is on that list, and we're going to go over who's Frank. Ha ha ha, very funny, Jacob, you're so funny. He is kind of a jerk. Just kidding, I don't know anyone named Frank. Okay, so let's get into the methods of filming. Yay! Okay. So, method 1, in-person solo. So, if you are doing a solo song, if you're doing monologues, this applies to you, right? So, are people going to be able to watch? Ariana, we will get into that once we get closer to actual regionals. That doesn't apply to this presentation, but I believe so. We'll get into that once we get closer. So, method 1, in-person solo. Find a place with enough space to act and still capture your entire body, head to toe. Set up your camera frame head to toe. Do a practice recording where you shoot your IE, then watch it and make sure you can see everything you want the judges to see. So let's say I took my hair back and I make a longingful look. I'm gonna watch my first recording back to make sure that I can see that longingful look and tucking my ear back, whatever. Ultra dramatic. And then record your IE for real this time. So pretty self-explanatory steps, pretty easy. Now for my tips and tricks. Record during your practice, not just the practice recording. I know I've had it before where I'm just messing around with a random song and I hit a note that I shouldn't be able to hit, or I act a certain way that I like. And I wish that I could go back and watch it and try to figure out how I got to that note or how that acting move came in naturally. Just record whenever you're practicing. And honestly, this goes for everything you do. You might get an amazing take on camera that you can go back and use to practice. Try to have a plain background. So don't shoot on wallpaper that has 1,000,001 designs. It'll distract from you and your piece and everything. And then try to have your music playing in the background, but don't let it upstage you. Whether it's playing on your speaker while you're recording, just make sure it's just a good volume where you can still hear your singing and it's not drowning you out. or if you edit in your track afterward, just make sure that you can still hear yourself singing. So anyway, here's an example because I did examples for you guys. So obviously that's me. Guys, did you know that was me? Chat is so delayed, I can't get you guys' reactions to my jokes or my attempts at jokes. Anyway, guys, that's me and that's my room. I made my bed just for you guys. Just kidding. So obviously you can see my feet and you can see my head and the rest of my body in between. And I'm in the center of the frame. That's very important. And obviously my background isn't crazy busy. It's the rest of my room. I might try to, yay, everyone's response is loading in. So obviously I might try to get like a plainer background when I actually go to record my IE, but if that's what you have, then like, it's good to go. Do not shoot yourself from the waist up. That is my thing. You will not get penalized for it, but don't do it, guys. Like, don't do it. You can't see anything like I'm doing from the waist down. Like, thank you, Katya. You can't see anything I'm doing, like walking around my room, whatever. It's very focused on your face. Just make sure you have head to toe. Like, just put yourself in the mindset that you're at Thespians, you're at districts, and just do it like you would do it there. So, next up, method 2, in-person group act, which means if we're going back to me and Ryan doing a duet, we're in person, we're like together in like either outside filming or like wherever, I don't know. So make sure that all that participate are okay with being in person. Ryan, are you okay with being in person? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Anyway, also determine your own safety guidelines. Like Ryan and I will like text about it. We'll be like, do we want to wear masks? Do we not want to wear masks? Like, how are we handling it? Do we need a social distance? Like, are we okay not social distancing? Just whatever you need to do, safety is first priority. Sorry guys, my cat is whining. Okay, Ryan says sure. So we're going to go ahead with this method. So number 2, we're going to find a space that can fit everyone comfortably. So whether you need a social distance, whether you don't want to, just find a space that fits everyone comfortably and head to toe recording, guys. Okay, then do a practice recording just like the solo and then record your IE. So these tips and tricks are also the same as solo, but I put them up there again in case you're reviewing this PowerPoint later, but it's literally the same exact tips. So guys, I had to clone myself for this presentation. So just for you guys, I cloned myself. I don't think the world is ready for it. So like I uncloned myself afterwards. I don't know if that's a thing. I've been watching Clone High, guys. It's so good. So I cloned myself. And obviously, as you can see both me and my clone from head to toe. I'm waiting for these chats to roll in about my clone. I don't even know. Jacob, I will tell Link you say what's up. So obviously you can see both me and my clone from head to toe. We have enough room to move around. Very exciting. And this is a good shot for an in-person group act. So everyone say bye, Allie's clone. What would be my clone's name? Would it be like Sally? Like one is Strack Woman, one is just me. I don't know. I don't think the world can handle it. Let's just get rid of it. Okay, so method 3 is what I call a live online group act. So basically, thank you, Strack Woman. Oh, no, Sam, Allie is the other Allie. But anyway, method 3 is live online group act. So by live, I mean you guys are doing your act in real time, but in separate places, if that makes sense. Like how I'm live streaming, you guys are all chatting with me at the same time. Allie to Electric Boogaloo. That's perfect. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna wanna find a video calling app. So apps with built-in recordings include Google Meet, which is what we're using for school, or Zoom. So by built-in, I mean that all you have to do is get on the call and there's a button on the call that says record. And you'll be able to record and see everyone, whatever. But If you don't want to use Google Meet or Zoom, some other options where you would need recording software would be Discord, which is a app, it's an app on phones, or you can download it on your computer, Google Hangouts, etc. So there's a bunch that go under that label. So number 2, get everyone into call, obviously. Then number 3, make sure everyone's camera shows their body from head to toe. Even though you guys are on the phone, you still need to see everyone's acting choices. If the program has a built-in recorder, hit record when ready. If not, set up your recording software. So my recommendation for recording softwares is OBS Studio, which is a free app. I forgot to say all the other video calling apps are free, so good. But I'm actually using OBS Studio to stream this to YouTube right now. It was fairly easy to figure out for me. I think it only took me like 10 to 15 minutes to figure out. But once I did, obviously I'm streaming and you guys can see my camera and you can see my presentation, and it worked out really well. So it's free download on Windows, I believe Mac too, so I'd recommend that if you want to film using like Discord or something. I know a lot of us here use Discord. And review the footage afterwards to make sure everyone is visible and audible at the right time. I know lag could be an issue, but I don't think so. Oh geez, I'm not reading chat out loud. So some tips and tricks for this method. Test out the software you're using to make sure it works for everyone. Don't just jump in a call and say let's go. Test it out. Number 2, Google is your friend. Whenever I get asked a tech question, probably half of the time I know the answer, and the other half of the time I literally just take a minute, Google it, and I have the answer for the person who asked it. So take out the middleman, which is me or another person, and just Google it yourself. If you have a question, chances are someone already probably asked it before you, so just Google it. Just Google it. And music should probably be added in post-production or after recording for best quality, because we've all seen those funny videos of choirs on Zoom. Don't have that happen. So I actually have an example for this one too with a special guest star. So I made my boyfriend help me with this. So this is my boyfriend Justin. Everyone say hi, Justin. He's not here, but I'll tell him you guys said hi. And he's holding his lightsaber. And I'm also standing, and you can see us both from head to toe. And this is actually taken from Discord. So as you can see, both of us were visible, and you can see us pretty well. So this is a really good way. What are you guys talking about in chat? I'm just ignoring it. So yeah, so that's how to do a live online group act. Make sure everyone, oh yay, everyone's saying hi. He'll be so happy. But yeah. So make sure everyone looks head to toe for those shots. So, yes, Ian, Justin. So next method is method 4, which is method 4, which is a pre-recorded online group act. Sorry guys, I'm also tired apparently. Before considering this method, okay, I need you all to listen to me. I need you all to look at me. This is another moment we need to listen, okay? Stop talking about JFK and just listen. Before considering this method, you need to make sure that at least one person in your group has a good grasp on video editing. If no one in your group does, do not go anywhere near this method just don't go near this method, because the way you're going to want to do this is you're going to need multiple people on screen at once. I know it for a fact. And if you are not familiar with video editing, you're not going to know how to do this. I could teach it if you guys really want me to, but it's very difficult to teach that. It's a very advanced editing method. So just please consider it. Make sure someone at least has a grasp on a video editor before you go ahead with this version. So number 1, have everyone in your group record their part of the IE, such as listed in the solo method. So everyone head to toe shot, etc., etc., how we did it with method 1. Then you're going to want all your group members to send their videos to whoever that editor group member is, and then have that group member use a video editor to combine the videos in a way they like. So obviously, here's a few video editors that I would recommend. So is the pre-recorded method like the JSU video? Sam, for the JSU video, how we're doing that is everyone's going to be shown at a different time. So the pre-recorded method, in terms of sending all the videos into one person, yes, but in terms of how the video would look, no. Does that make sense? Nobody's gonna know what the JSU video is, but it's just we're making a collaborative video. It's like the Thespian promo. If you saw the Thespian promo, you saw we all had separate videos from separate locations, and I edited them all in, and we all had our separate moments. It's not going to be the same. You're going to need to be able to put 2 videos on the same screen, 2 or more videos on the same screen at the same time, if that makes sense. So, video editors I'd recommend. Movie Maker is a very simple editor. I don't think I'd recommend it for this method, but I thought I'd mention it. It really depends on what your duet is. But if there's any point in the duet at which people sing at the same time, which is most duets, don't use Movie Maker. And then, options that I'd recommend for this. iMovie, if you have an Apple product, you have this program. Pretty simple, easy editor. I believe you can put multiple videos on the same page. If you can't, sorry, I haven't used iMovie since middle school. Other options, DaVinci Resolve. I know a lot of people use this. It's kind of like a Premiere Pro clone. And same thing, I use Lightworks. Both Lightworks and DaVinci Resolve are a little laggy, but if your patience is a virtue. So if you're patient, then you'll get it done. And then Premiere Pro is paid for, so don't buy it because you need a subscription for it. But if you have it, this is the time that you would want to use it for the project. This is probably the best editor to use, but do not buy it. Don't buy it. If you have it, great. Don't buy it. Everyone hear me? Do not buy it. Do not buy it. Okay, so tips and tricks for this method. YouTube is great for video editing how-tos. It's how I learned most of my stuff. I might have been in digital media programs since 6th grade, but YouTube has taught me loads of stuff. So YouTube is great for how-tos. If you want to learn how to video edit and this is an excuse to do it, go ahead, YouTube's great. Add your music after, similar to the last method to make sure everyone's in sync. And then more tips on this will come with the post-production slide. No, Jacob, I'm not saying to pirate Adobe. I'm saying literally don't buy it. Don't buy it, please. I'm just telling, because I don't want people to go like, Ali told me to buy Premiere Pro. I'm telling you, don't buy Premiere Pro. Because if you're not familiar with video editing, then you're not going to know what to do with it. So, just clarifying it, Jacob. So, next method, Tech IEs. So if you're doing a Tech IE, you can disregard everything I just said and just focus on this method. So record yourself talking. You can either record yourself like just like hip up or chest up or whatever, or it can just be a voiceover. Record separate shots of your product. I'm going to show some examples, but just make sure to give us all the views. Your product is what you're displaying in this IE, so please make sure we see it. And then number 3, use a video editor to combine the videos in the way you like. Movie Maker would come in use at this point because it could help you do some of that simplistic stuff, but obviously the same options are available as the last slide. So some tips and tricks. Once again, YouTube is great for video editing, and I'm just going to say this, simple is better. Do not add on a bunch of fancy effects, zooms, transitions, because it's just going to distract from the main point. So just make sure your product is the centerpiece of your video. So, along with the last method, more tips will come with post-production. So here's some examples. So this is a playbill from our one acts from this past year. So obviously I actually made this, so that's why I used it. Anna, which was our historian last year, made the rest of the playbill, but I did make the flyer that was on the front of it. So obviously do show it so you can see what we're looking at. Can you guys see my mouse? I think you guys can. So show it so you can see see the front of it, or if you do publicity, just make sure you can see it clearly. You can add different angles and like show different parts of it if you want to. And then do not use a busy background. So like this is kind of distracting because like the dots and the patterns and everything. And then this shot, you know what, we're gonna test y'all's video or photography skills. Can anyone tell me what's wrong with the second shot on the do not slide? It's gonna take a second. Can anyone tell me this is gonna turn interactive. Can anyone tell me what's wrong with the second picture on the do not slide? I know there's a bit of a delay, so I'm just being patient. I'm gonna put on my glasses while I wait for you guys. Too bright. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, everyone's bringing in the too bright. Yeah, it's overexposed, so don't use flash unless it's necessary because it's overexposed. I'm proud of you guys. I'm so proud. Jacob, if we don't have a plain background with something like a hardwood floor work, yeah, that's fine. I just mean don't use something that's patterned. So like obviously that's actually taken on my bed sheet, and my bed sheet is very patterned and has a lot of dots. It's very busy is the term to use. So like something like a hardwood floor or like tile would be fine. But that's not like a Florida Thespian rule. That's just my recommendation. So I think we're on post-production. Yep. Okay, so post-production is basically after you filmed before uploading, so that like little in-between spot. Now that you filmed your IE, here's how to take it to the next level using an editor. Now, performance IEs, once again, do not edit. Do not edit your IE. Do not edit it. The only editing that you are allowed to do is you can take out the trailing and starting silence. Now, what I mean by that is if you're the one recording it and like you're on the other side of your room, like my camera's probably gonna go around here and I'm gonna film on that side of my room. What you can do is when I start my recording and then when I say, hello, my name is blah, 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 and start slating, I can cut out the silence in between that starting time and that slate time. And then also after I say thank you, because you have to end your IE anytime you do it with the word thank you so the judges know you're done, you can also cut out the silence after thank you and the end of the raw recording. You can also add in your music track after the fact, which I do recommend, but I know this can be difficult if you don't have a method of recording your singing without playing the music out loud. So that method really depends. But besides layering your audio, I think that's the only editing you guys can do. So performance IEs, once again, keep it simple, stupid. Avoid editing at all costs. That's unless you're doing the pre-recorded IE, of course, and you're going to have to edit and be able to put multiple people on screen. Once again, the best method to do that is to either already know what you're doing or to search up YouTube tutorials. I couldn't tell it any better than they can. In terms of tech IEs, once again, simple is better, but if you want to throw in a few dissolves in terms of transitions and a few just nicer transitions, just make it nice. But honestly, I think all around, just once again, keep it simple, stupid, everyone. Like, you're not stupid, but keep it simple, people. Just keep it simple because it's just your best bet. Your main focus is you and your item or tech, whatever you do. So just keep it simple. Yeah? Okay, cool. Wow. I think we're done. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you have questions, please ask them now. But while the chat is delayed, I will just do a little shameless plug. Please follow us on Instagram if you haven't already, at Vista Thespians. I constantly post there. I post like flyers and everything for things coming up. So if you're not on the Instagram already, what are you doing? Get on it. Our email is up there again, parkvistathespians@gmail.com. If you have any questions about stuff that's posted on our social media platforms, or if you're reaching out for other reasons, questions for anyone. Obviously, if you have a question for Van Meter directly, you can email his teacher email, kevin.vanmeter@palmbeachschools.org. But for publicity stuff and other things related to thespians, email parkvistathespians@gmail.com. That is also the email that your application should be going to if you're a new member. Our website link is on our channel page, and don't forget to subscribe because we will be posting future videos, shows, workshops, etc. Hopefully, One Acts 2019 will be posted soon. I'm hoping. So I will take questions now. Let me actually try to pull up chat on here. Okay, oh, awesome. So Ian asks, wait, I may have zoned out, but did you already say where we are uploading these to? If you're talking about IEs, we have not received information yet on how to upload those IEs. So as soon as we find out that information, we will either go over it in a Park Vista Thespian meeting, or I'll do another little workshop. That one will probably be short, or even just upload a video on how to do it. So just stay tuned for that question. I'm sorry I can't give you an answer on it. Jill asked, for solo musical, what is your personal opinion on whether we should record with the track or add the track afterwards? So my personal opinion on that is that if you can add the track afterwards, it might be best to do so. If you've ever recorded yourself singing for something before, which if you're in musical theater, if you were in it last year, even 2 years ago, you probably had to do that for either Addams Family or just because we switched to virtual. You'll know that if you play the music out loud, it can be a little like rough depending on what you're filming with. So in my opinion, if you can, just add the instrumental track afterwards. But if you can't, as long as it's clear playing out loud and the quality is still retained, you can go either way. But my personal opinion is to add the track after. Ariana asks, is there a time limit for musical solo piece? So a musical solo piece falls under performance IEs, which all have a time limit of 5 minutes, except for monologues, which are 3 minutes. Ariana asked, do we have to dance for a solo musical? Solo musical IEs are whatever staging you want to do. If you want to dance, dance, but you're not required to. It's whatever staging you want to do. Jill, I genuinely have no idea how to do that. Jill, I will teach you. I will teach you how to do that. It's really easy. But honestly, guys, if you're ever confused on something, go to YouTube, go to Google, and you guys all know how to reach me. I'm actually the moderator, or not moderator, I guess that's the wrong word. I am the admin on the Park Vista Thespians Instagram account, so even if you send a DM there like, oh, hey, how do you do this thing? I can jump on like a Google Meet with you really quickly, or I can even just call you, and I can help you figure stuff out. Jacob, how many IEs are we required to do, or is just one fine? So for this year, due to the virtual regional situation we are in, the only people, quote unquote, required to do an IE are seniors. Seniors have to do one IE, performance or tech, but the the Florida Thespian state limit for IEs this year is 3. So no matter who you are, you can only do 3 IEs max. Now this is different from years past or whatever, but that's just how it's going to go this year. So Jacob, since you are a junior this year, you are not required to do an IE. But if you ask me or any other thespian member who's been a past thespian member, we will all say, go for it, go do your IE, even though you're not required to. Like as Van Meter says, you don't have to do this, you get to do this. So take advantage of your opportunity and go for it and do an IE. Ariana, since I haven't been approved or whatever for this group, do I have to wait to prepare my IE? No, Ariana, I would say if you applied to Thespians, expect to be doing, if you want to do an IE. Ariana, what grade are you in? You're a freshman, right? Well, Ariana, if you're a freshman, you obviously don't have to do an IE, but it's obviously very recommended to do so. So just prep it ahead of time now, so when your time for IE signups comes around, you know what you want to do. So don't necessarily start preparing it, but more so like start to think about what you want to do, if that makes sense. Thank you, Ian, for helping. Yeah, I know it's weird. My son's a junior. Ella asked, 3 IEs for regionals or overall? 3 IEs for I don't get that question because regionals comes before states. So 3 IEs, just, you can only do 3 IEs for regionals max. Yeah, so Jill just brought up a good point. So for seniors, since we're requiring you to do at least 1, we will be paying for that first one, but all other IEs will cost $5 per IE. Not like per person. Like if you're doing a group act, it's per person in that group. Everyone has to pay $5. Yeah, so senior signups do start tomorrow, and I believe they will be going through Remind. So what will happen is Jill is handling that. She will send out a Remind, and then you just have to respond to that Remind with your full name, your act and what the act includes, like the name of the song and everything like that. Like if you're a senior, you pretty much know how IE signups go. It's just virtual and through Remind this year. So we'll send out some updates about that later. So, are there any other questions? Once again, I might just post the stream as is. It was a little rambly because of chat, so I might just record a shortened version. But this PowerPoint will be going on the Thespian Google Classroom. I think we're good. Well, obviously I have to wait for... Thank you, Ryan. You bring up a good point. This year, you cannot cancel IEs that you signed up for due to us being virtual. It is way easier to, I'm just phrasing this weird. It is not easy to keep track and cancel IEs. So if you are going to sign up for an IE, you cannot cancel it this year. You have to be 100% sure that's what you're doing. The act will go on no matter what. So please do not sign up for an IE if you're on edge about whether or not you're going to do it. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you guys can come to future workshops. We're hoping to do some fun ones. Maybe improv, dance, etc. Please let us know what you guys want to see. So hit that bell, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Wait, I already said subscribe. But yeah, so is there any other questions before I end? I'll end around 4:10, just to let questions come in. If anything seemed unclear, ask me now, and I will re-elaborate on it. YouTuber Ali. Dance, yes. Our lovely Vice President, Miss Jill, is an amazing dancer. She She choreographs our musical theater shows, and she is super talented and amazing, and we're hoping that she can do some workshops. Yes, you're welcome, Jill. Okay. What are my opinions on chimpanzees? I like chimpanzees. I think they're cute. You're welcome, Ariana. Hopefully, I will see all your smiling faces in next week we have a thespian meeting. September 29th, we have a thespian meeting. I might be moving back to 3:15 because of in-school, so keep that in mind. Are you sending monkeys? Is that why? Peace out, Sophia. Monkey. Anyone want to play Among Us later? No, just kidding. Of course, Jacobius. In person. Not an in-person meeting. We're staying virtual for the time being. It's safer and it's easier. So, do we go if we aren't accepted yet? You will probably find out whether or not you're accepted to Thespians by next meeting. That's the plan. So, just plan to go. You're welcome, Katya. Any more questions? Ariana, hopefully that is the plan right now. If you are an applicant for Thespians, you will probably know the answer if you're a Thespian or not by the 29th. You're welcome, Sophia. Have a great day. Thank you, Sam. You too. Sam, I gotta get you back your chair. Okay, I'm gonna end in a minute, so if you have any last questions. Bye, Jacob. Once again, if you have questions about Thespians in general, just literally text any of the officers, or even better yet, just send an email to Vanmeter. Ciao, Ryan. Thank you, Addison. You too. Yes, we will figure out a chair exchange one day. Ciao, ciao, Ariana. Thank you, Sophia. You too. Bye. Bye, everyone. Have a great day, guys. Stay hydrated, okay? This was a lot of fun. I'm glad. I'm glad you all enjoyed. I'll be honest. I'm very happy. Who's sticking around till the end? I see 8 viewers. Oh, Ryan's still here, that's why. Once I see myself sip my water, I'm finishing this. Alright, okay guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, if you have any questions, you guys know how to reach me. You know how to reach Van Meter, and I hope you guys stay hydrated. Bye!